Okay, so it gives you a formula, and then it gives you your integers too, the value of them. So you just have to plug it in first off. So the y will go where there's a y, and the z will go where there's a z, and you have to carry the sign there with it too. So that's a negative 20. Alright, so if we rewrite this, this is what it looks like. Anytime you do a negative by a negative, it's going to turn into a positive. So, and to simplify this, I think it's what the directions said, we would just simplify this in a simplest form. So we'd find the biggest thing that would divide into both. It's called the greatest common factor. Let's see, 6 can be divided into 2, 20 can be divided into 2. Let's see if there's anything bigger. Let's see, well, we can always do it once and we can do it twice. So we're going to divide both by 2. That would be 3. 20 divided by 2 would be 10. As far as I know, I think that's as simplest as it goes, because nothing will go into 3 and 10. Well, let's see, 3 will go into 3 once, 10, let's see, I don't think 10 can be divided into 3, so, but I'll check on that one. So that should be the simplest form on that one. So, same thing right here. You're going to plug this in. So, I can rewrite this. 2, and then the y is negative 5. That one already had a negative with it, so you have to be careful with that. I'm going to put that on the outside of the parentheses. Then a negative 12 for the z. So, let's clean this up a little bit. This is on the outside of the parentheses, so this is times. So 2 times negative 5. A positive times a negative is a negative. So that's going to be negative 10. This is like an invisible 1 right here. So negative 1 times negative 12 is a negative times a negative. So that's going to turn into a positive 12. So you keep the sign. There's just 1 up there. This would be the same thing as like a negative divided by a positive. So it'll still be a negative. Let's see, is there anything that can go into both of these? The greatest common factor. Let's see here. 2 will go into that. You can split that into 2. You can split that into 2. 5 will that one, but not that one. So 4. Let's see here. No, I think it's just 2. We can always do it again if we need to. So negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And I think that's as little as it goes. Okay, so same thing here. You plug in, put your y in right there where the y is. Oop, about wrote y again. Plus 2. And the 8 for the z, there's a 2 right there beside of it. Alright, so let's rewrite this and clean this up. This is on the outside of the parentheses, so it's multiplying. That's on the inside, everything that's on the inside. So, negative 4 plus 2, and 2 times 8 is 16. Just a minute. So, let's clean this up. I'm doing a video. So, negative 4 plus 2, that's negative 2 over 16. Let's see. I can simplify this. I can see what divides into both. Looks like 2 will. 2 will go into 2 one time. I carry that sign. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. So, that should be the simplest form. Alright, so same thing here. We're going to plug it in where the y is. and put this in right there. There's already a negative there, so you got to leave it there for right now. Alright, so let's clean it up. This is on the outside of the parentheses, so you got to multiply it. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6 plus 1. Negative, like invisible 1 times 10 is just negative 10. Negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, so you got this negative and negative again. So anything like multiplying and dividing, a negative times the negative or dividing by a negative is positive. So I'm just going to rewrite that as positive. So 6 plus 1 is 7, and then 10. And then we got to simplify. So your greatest common factor, let's see, 7 will not split. It can't be divided into 2. I think 7 is prime, so it can't really be going down anymore. So I think that's as little as it goes. Alright, that's about it. So pretty much you just plug it in where it goes, and then you just simplify it down. And then even when you do clean it up, when you get whatever it is to its simplest form, you try to see if there's something that will divide into both, and then you divide. But don't forget your signs. And it looks like they're really trying to test you on that. The negative divided by a negative is a positive, and if it's, this is pretty much it. A negative times a negative is positive. A negative and a positive is a negative. I hope that makes sense. That's a little bit, I'll try to find something else about that. If it's a positive and a positive, it's still positive, of course, just like normal. But pretty much, if it's a double negative, it's gonna come together like a cross and make a positive. So you put the two together, kind of. That's how I remember it. Hope that helps.